Seattle Sounders FC burst onto the national scene in 2009, captivating fans in Seattle and beyond. Their vision? To make the Pacific Northwest soccer capital of the United States. This is the saga of the Seattle Sounders Football Club and their inaugural Storybook season. Seattle's quest to join Major League Soccer began with a dream: build a world-class stadium and bring America's premier level of club soccer to Seattle and the Pacific Northwest. That dream became a reality with an announcement 10 years in the making. Seattle would be joining Major League Soccer as its newest team. But what would this new team be named?
More than 1 million television fans joined 31,500 soccer fanatics to see Seattle battle Portland.
With a nod to many years of local soccer history, the name Sounders FC was selected by fan vote. The response from the community was immediate. America's newest team began to sell tickets, lots of them. Soon, they unveiled new uniforms, partnered with local broadcasters, and with world-class sponsors. Ownership entrusted the challenge of molding and shaping Sounders FC to General Manager Adrian Hanauer and the team's technical director, Chris Henderson.
Getting that whole foundation started was really important because this wasn't something we just wanted to have for '09. It was something for the next, 20 years. We wanted to make sure we were heading in the right direction.
Their job was monumental. Assemble a team of nearly 30 players, select a coaching staff, build an organization, and get ready to compete. Sounders FC had a vision for the type of team they wanted to field. More important, they had a plan to back it up. We will search the world for talented players and bring a quality game home to Seattle.
We spent 6 months traveling around the world, looking at players, making contacts with agents and clubs.
We were in Africa, we were in South America several times, we were in Europe a few times.
Ironically, the team didn't have to look far when it signed hometown keeper Casey Keller.
Adding Casey early to our mix of players was a great plus for us.
After years on the world stage, Keller relished this moment.
There's no reason why this won't be the benchmark of soccer in the U.S., not only from the first year, but for many, many years to come. And I'm very, very excited about that prospect of coming home and being a part of that.
Then, in a bold move, Sounders FC signed the Super Swede, Freddie Lundberg.
Freddie's pedigree is obviously top of the top. The 10 years at Arsenal is as good a resume as you're ever going to get in a footballer.
Individually, Casey Keller and Freddie Lundberg had seen many battles. Now, they were together as teammates and leaders, ready to help propel the franchise towards soccer prominence. With passionate, committed owners, increasing ticket sales, and a world-class venue waiting, the head coaching job in Seattle was considered a real gem.
We are very, very proud today to announce Ziggy Schmidt as our first head coach.
Winner of 3 national championships at UCLA, 2 MLS Cups, twice named Major League Soccer's Coach of the Year.
Ziggy cares about the players, and I think that helps when you have a new franchise and you have to bring a group of players together who've never played together. Ziggy does that better than anybody.
His passion: create a dynamic, entertaining, and successful brand of soccer.
We want to be able to create chances. We want to attack over the flank areas. We want to be a team that bases a lot of our play on combination play, which brings, I think, a great fun element to the spectators, when you get out quickly on the break.
His commitment? Do all we can to make this a world-class club.
I think the decisions that were made up front, getting Ziggy Schmidt, bringing Casey Keller and Lundberg, it's just a series of decisions that management and ownership made that all seemed to kind of fit in.
the stage was set for a defining moment in American soccer history. What began as a dream was about to come true. Inaugural night. In what would become an established Sounders FC tradition, season ticket holders and supporters groups joined our inaugural March to the Match. Thousands of fans sang and chanted from Occidental Park to Quest Field.
It's that World Cup feeling and pride as you're walking in that I'm going to support my team.
Pre-game ceremonies set the tone. When MLS Commissioner Don Garber raised his golden scarf, we answered with a sea of green.
I think one of the biggest moments in the history of our sport was that opening night here at Quest Field, holding up that golden scarf and turning around to these fans who were so excited and so passionate and all dressed in green. That was a great, great feeling, one I'll never forget.
That passion spilled onto the field in the 12th minute.
Top of the box, Latu now to Montero, here's a drive and a goal! Montero with a drive, far post! Freddie Montero scores at 11:03 in Seattle. Sounders on top, 1-0.
And then
Seattle will set it back in play. Montero, near corner of the box. Nice play through, turning with a drive, it's Evans! Evans with the left foot, fed in there by Montero, and Seattle scored again.
Then late in the match,
Here's a chance. Montero takes it away, one-on-one, top of the 18, sets up, fakes, drives, and a goal. Top shelf, far post, 3-0 Sounders.
in a telecast seen round the world, over 32,000 chanted and cheered, waved scarves, and sang, as the Seattle Sounders FC crushed the New York Red Bulls 3-0. Our inaugural season was underway.
Hi, everybody. Along with Greg Vanny, I'm Kevin Calabro. What a night that was a few days ago. It just seems a few days ago. 3-0. The Sounders over the New York Red Bulls. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they couldn't have scripted a better night. Here we go, night two.
And tonight they'll get a real test from another playoff team a year ago.
1 week later, against Real Salt Lake, Sounders FC proved the inaugural victory was no fluke. In the 17th minute, Steve Zakuani set up the Sounders' first goal on a cross to Nate Jakwa, who put it past Salt Lake keeper Nick Raimondo.
Jakwa redirects with the left foot and a goal! Sounders goal! Zakuani sets up Jakwa.
Then, in the 77th minute, it was Freddie Montero's turn.
Montero winds up in the drive and a goal! Well outside the box! Freddie Montero gives Seattle a 2-0 lead.
That lead would stand, and as the final whistle blew, Sounders FC had their second consecutive shutout win at Quest Field.
If you want to eventually compete for championships, there's got to be a tremendous team spirit and camaraderie and the willingness to work for each other, and that's something that we're showing early on.
For their first ever league road game, Sounders FC headed for Toronto. Scoring early was Freddie Lundberg. In the 15th minute, Freddie notched his first MLS goal on a give and go from Nate Jakwa. Late in the first half, number 1 draft pick Steve Zakuani got his first professional goal. The defense did the rest, as Sounders FC shut out Toronto 2-0. 3 weeks into the season, Sounders FC led the league in goals scored, while conceding the fewest, and in the process became the first MLS expansion team to win its first 3 games. What a start. Late April, and after 2 road losses, Sounders FC aimed to get back on track as they faced the San Jose Earthquakes at Quest Field.
Here we go again, back to winning ways. We did the work. Let's come out and prove it now. Let's do it. Jose! 1, 2, 3, ready!
Giovanni opened the scoring in the 42nd minute.
Bodies flying everywhere. Still haven't gotten it clear. Marshall lobs it in the header! Zakawani! Goal number 1 here today.
In the 50th minute, Zakawani got it started again with a short pass to Nate Jakwa, who found a streaking Brad Evans. Sounders FC had the 2-0 win. And Casey Keller, coming off a red card absence, set an MLS record of 375 consecutive scoreless minutes. Sounders FC was now 4-2 to start the season. They had fought through injury, yellow card accumulations, and red card ejections, showing team depth and mental toughness. Following a 6-game winless streak in May that yielded 1 loss and 5 draws, Sounders FC once again faced the San Jose Earthquakes.
Well, you get the feeling that the Sounders may bust out and score a boatload of goals here tonight against San Jose.
In the 42nd minute, Freddie Lundberg floated a soft shot past goalkeeper Joe Cannon for a 1-0 lead.
Lundberg has it. To Latu, back to Lundberg. Little tips under Cannon to go. And the Sounders are on the board.
And then, in the 59th minute, a Lundberg corner kick found an unmarked Freddie Montero, who put it away for a 2-0 lead and the game. The frustrations of the past 2 months melted away in the warmth of Quest Field.
It's a good, solid win. We want to win it when we're at home, and we did that tonight. And, so I'm very proud of the effort the team put in.
Late June, under the bluest skies in Seattle, a record crowd of 32,500 gathered for a rare Sunday afternoon match. Sounders FC got on the board first in the 23rd minute.
It's pinpoint accuracy by Lundberg on the cross. Jacob gets to the near post, heads it to the back post. Hey, Montero, that's a striker's goal.
Montero returned a favor in the 48th minute by playing a through ball to Jakwa, who hit it low to the left side of the net for a 2-0 lead. The two combined again in the 69th minute.
Latu controlling top of the area, over to Montero, looks off, gives to Jakwa, is driving a goal! Brilliant play by Montero, and the goal by Jakwa, his second of the afternoon. 3-0 Sounders.
Casey Keller and the back line did the rest. Sounders FC posted their 5th shutout of the season against the highest scoring team in Major League Soccer.
This is a big win, and it does allow the Sounders to regroup and have a good feeling about what's happened so far this season. Remember, they're an expansion team.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a sun-drenched Quest Field here in Seattle. A wonderful afternoon. What a massive game for the Sounders here. They can close the gap and put real pressure on Houston at the top of that Western Conference, can't they?
With Coach Schmidt attending his son's wedding, assistant coach Brian Schmetzer took the helm as Sounders FC faced the league-leading Houston Dynamo in a critical Western Conference showdown. The Dynamo took an early lead.
He's there. He's been beaten to it by Argiro. Chance here for Mullen. Can he get a shot in left-footed? He squares it. This is a great chance and a goal! And Quest Field is silenced by the Houston Dynamo.
But a Freddie Montero goal tied it up.
Montero going into the area. Can he control? Freddie Montero! Oh, he's cleared off the line. Montero wants the goal. It's been given. Freddie Montero has scored.
The stage was set for a dramatic game winner by defender Patrick Ianni. 1 minute into the second half, Ianni delivered a classic strike, the bicycle kick.
It's a goal for the Seattle Sounders. It's a wonderful finish. And they've come from a goal down to lead Houston by 2-1, Patrick Ianni.
Sounders FC had a win, and Coach Schmetzer his first MLS victory. Mid-season had arrived, and the league's newest expansion team held second place in the Western Conference. Sounders FC took a break from league play with friendlies against two of Europe's storied clubs, Chelsea and Barcelona.
Some players stepped on the field and on that given day played in front of more fans than they've played in front of in their whole career. Those experiences are tremendous for our players, they're tremendous for our fans, and our vision for our club is that down the line we're going to be able to play in those games on a toe-to-toe basis.
A sparkling touch to our inaugural season. Over halfway through the season, Sounders FC held the second best record in the league. But they hadn't won on the road since Toronto, and that was back in April. 8 of the team's final 12 league matches would be played on the road, away from the comfortable confines of Quest Field. Road success would be critical to Seattle's chance of making the playoffs. August found the team in Los Angeles, facing the Galaxy in a physical battle at Home Depot Center.
Straight red booking now for David Beckham.
That's about as bad a tackle as I've seen in this league in a long time.
Beckham is gone.
Sounders FC capitalized on the advantage in the 22nd minute.
Evans wins a ball, turns the corner. Evans into the box, top of the 18, crosses, a drive and a goal! Steve Zakawani from the far post, sends it by Donovan Ricketts.
In the second half, Freddie Montero delivered his 10th goal of the year, giving Seattle a 2-0 lead and the game.
Sounders win it. It's a final here in Carson, California.
The Road Warriors were on their way. A highlight of the inaugural season was bringing home the prestigious U.S. Open Cup.
Definitely winning the Open Cup was the high point of the year.
The two sprung a leak to win it. LeVert! Yeah! Emaeus is celebrating. It's over! Seattle Sounders FC hang on and have won their first trophy, and they've done it at RFK.
We used so many players, and everyone felt a part of it. It's just a really great moment for our club. And to be able to bring the cup back and have so many fans come out at 4 in the morning for the club to arrive back with the cup, you really felt like everyone is into this as much as we are.
We just won the U.S. Open Cup! We just won the U.S. Open Cup!
September found Sounders FC back on the road, fighting for their playoff lives. 4 of their final 6 games would be on the road. Their first opponent, none other than DC United, at RFK again. The Sounders struck early in the 4th minute.
Here's Zakawani onside, getting by Wicks, snakes it through the wickets, and there's a goal, and the Sounders are on the board, and it's Steve Zakawani breaking away.
United drew even with a goal in the second half.
Wallace drives it right by Keller, who was on the deck, and we're tied at 1-1.
Then late in the match, James Riley connected with Freddie Montero, who finished with his 11th goal of the season.
Near post, top corner, up over Josh Wicks, and the Sounders take the lead.
For the second time in 10 days, Sounders FC left RFK Stadium as winners.
Sounders move up in the rankings in the Western Conference.
In October, Sounders FC headed to Columbus for a game against the league's top club, the Crew.
Playoff intensity, that's the way the Sounders have got to approach this game.
Just 1 year prior, under the guidance of head coach Siggy Schmidt, the Crew had captured the 2008 MLS Cup. This Saturday, Siggy patrolled the Sounders sideline. In the 36th minute, Roger Levesque found the open net.
Giving to Evans, top of the box, sends it to Montero, running after. Wismer comes out, commits, and then Levesque sends a low drive and in for the goal.
The lead would stand. thanks in part to an incredible save off the line by Tyrone Marshall.
Headed by Leonard, broken up near the net. Oh, take a breath.
With 2 games left, Seattle was still in the hunt.
And they break the Columbus unbeaten streak here at home of 22 games.
The final road game of the season took Sounders FC to Kansas City.
And a whole lot at stake here tonight. Very exciting match shaping up. You win this thing, you're in, you solidify your position for a playoff. How exciting is that for an expansion team?
After a U.S. Open Cup championship, to be here tonight in a position to get into the playoffs, the Sounders couldn't ask for anything more.
In the 28th minute, Tyrone Marshall scored off a Freddie Lundberg corner.
Lundberg in a corner now. Low drive on net, knocked down by Hartman, rebound and a goal! And the Sounders are on top here in the 28th minute of the match.
But 2 second-half Kansas City goals left Seattle facing a 2-1 deficit.
With the Arnaud, here's another goal for Kansas City. Bang, bang, and Kansas City, just like that, takes the lead.
Late in the game, Sounders FC pulled even with a Roger Levesque header.
2-2 game, anybody's game now.
Then, in the 76th minute,
Lundberg drives it to Jake, redirects it to the goal, and the Sounders have scored the goal and have taken a lead.
in a game that mirrored their season, a fast start, a bit of a stagger, then late heroics. Sounders FC had punched their playoff ticket.
They have clinched a playoff berth the first time an expansion team has done so since 1998.
Well, it's a sea of green here in Seattle. If you close your eyes, you might think that you're in London.
Quest Field played host to Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals versus the Houston Dynamo.
Jacob keeps it. Montero the turn! Sends it in wide! That was his best chance of the night, and probably his only chance.
After battling to a scoreless draw, it was off to Houston for the second match of the series. The scoreless struggle continued with a 0-0 draw at the end of regulation. In the end, Houston scored in overtime to win the series and send the Sounders home. With the loss came disappointment. What remained was a sense of pride in all that had been accomplished.
I know there's a lot of fans around the country who are extremely jealous of what we've had in our first year. And this is only the start. It's only going to get bigger and better.
These Seattle fans strong and loud, 46,000 plus.
Hosting the MLS Cup was a fitting tribute to the Sounders FC inaugural season.
Russell. And Russell has made a champion out of Real Salt Lake.
A season that redefined what Major League Soccer is all about.
Let me start by thanking the fans of Seattle for being such a great host for MLS Cup.
Adding luster to a Storybook season was the selection of Freddie Lundberg and Casey Keller to the MLS First 11 All-Star squad. Also named were John Kennedy Hurtado and Freddie Montero. Montero also tied for third in the league for goals scored and was named the league's Newcomer of the Year. Casey Keller finished the regular season as the league's second-best goals against keeper and tied for second in shutouts with 10. Freddie Lundberg finished fourth in assists and was named a member of the elite MLS Best 11. Fitting tributes all. What happened on the pitch was remarkable. What happened off it was even more so. From all over the Northwest, fans young and old converged on Quest Field, hungry to embrace our new team.
The atmosphere of the fans at the game It's like being in Europe. The scarves, the jerseys, the noise, the chanting.
People don't sit down and watch this game. Everybody's standing, everybody's cheering. That's what a soccer game's all about.
It's like no other place in the United States. I've said that before, and you know, if you're a soccer fan in the U.S., you got to come to Seattle to a game. If you don't, you're not truly a soccer fan.
In fact, we set a Major League Soccer record by averaging over 30,000 fans at each home game.
Statistically, we're in the top 50 in fan support in the world. That's a huge statement.
We came by the thousands with our scarves and rave green jerseys. We marched to the match. We stood, we chanted, we sang. We gave our full 90. Together, we created the #1 United States soccer story of 2009. It was quite a year.
This is only the first year. Let's keep this thing going.
It's hard to imagine more energy at the games, but I think it's going to keep growing.
Long-term vision for this club is to be MLS Cup champion, not once, but many times.
In years to come, Sounders FC will produce many memorable seasons, but none of us will ever forget the first.